Yeah, I'm Adriana Leonard, one of the co-writer, producers, and actors in Beta the series. We shot 9 episodes of this heartfelt comedy, which is a story about 2 women who come together and embark on a tech startup. So it really touches on themes of modern day feminism and the evolving nature of technology, which is one of the fastest growing fields in the world.
Where did the inspiration for this web series come from?
Yeah, my co-creator Carly Marcel comes from a background in entrepreneurship and had other businesses prior, and in addition to also being in the entertainment industry. And then at the time, I've always had a business mindset and always thought if I wasn't an actor pursuing this, that I would try to run the world and run a big company. And so being able to dive into that world. And at the time, I was also in a relationship with a tech CEO and watched him take an idea from a seed and really grow it into from a small apartment whiteboard to a multi-million-dollar company that's expanded internationally, and just kind of observing him and realizing how few women were involved in those conversations, and the ones that were, I was so fascinated by, and I was like, wow, they are the boss, like they are so badass, and I was really inspired by it, and watching them work in a room full of men and in a heavily male-dominated field. So I just thought, well, it's time to tell a story where you see 2 women at the helm of something as massive as technological change.
What was your reaction when you got the call from Bentonville to say, hey, you're coming to Northwest Arkansas, we're going to show your series here to our audiences? What was that like?
I cried because before I knew the Bentonville mantra was, if she can see it, she can be it. It was, that idea was the driving force behind the whole story of Beta, which is our youth don't know. You know, when I was young, I always thought, oh, I could be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or I could go into business. Those were like the only things I kind of knew because that's all I'd seen. That's all I was exposed to. And so our mission was really to create 2 characters and show youth and upcoming generations that, hey, there are positions for women and we can pursue STEM fields and we can lean into our natural abilities and talents and interest in the sciences and in medicine and things like that. And to have a festival, to be world premiering at a festival that was so aligned with what our goal was just, it was everything. It was really exciting.
That's awesome. What did you learn about yourself professionally and personally while going through this project?
Don't micromanage people. I really had to learn. Our team was so incredible. We had predominantly all-female department heads, which was really cool. And then also the support of a lot of incredible men on the team as well. And just learning, kind of very much aligned with the story of Beta, which is these 2 women learning about each other and learning that they're better as a partnership and they don't have to compete to be the boss, or that there is room for both of them at the table. Similarly, Carly and I had a very, we were friends before, but the journey of diving into production with someone is always crazy and nuanced. And, you know, I think we did a really great job, our production team, of learning how to work with each other and come together and support each other with our strengths and weaknesses as well. So,
what drives you?
Oh man, telling stories that provoke progressive change, or that make people stop in their tracks and go, "Wow, I didn't even think about that," or "That's not how I ever saw it, but now I kind of get it." And trying to be a change maker in the sense of letting people have more empathy and understanding for all of us as humans, because, you know, we're all connected. We're not all that different as we think we are sometimes. And those moments are special.
What are you reading? What's on your nightstand? What's on your desk at home? What are you reading?
I'm rereading Sapiens right now, which is great. Highly recommend. And Big Magic, Elizabeth Gilbert.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's up for you? What's up next for you professionally?
So professionally, I have a short right now that touches on domestic abuse. Heavy subject. Also working on a feature film that I'm raising financing for, that hoping to take to my hometown of South Carolina and shoot in Charleston. It's a comedy with zombies in it, so kind of a fun, totally different world. And also working on a Christmas movie that hopefully will go into production by the end of the year. So
very, very different projects. If you don't mind me asking, you don't tell me really about the domestic violence. I don't want to give anything away, but we see here at the Bentonville Film Festival a lot of personal stories. And how do you prepare yourself mentally and physically to work in that realm of telling a very personal story that unfortunately, a lot of men and women, a lot of women and men go through? How do you prepare yourself mentally for that type of subject and dealing with that type of subject?
Yeah, I think storytelling is my way of coping through my own hardships and stories of life, but also through tragedies of the world, and not knowing where to place that pain when I hear stories on the news or have friends go through things. I think the only way I know how to deal with it is to try to put it into art. So as an actor and as a writer, I think diving into that and trying to understand it and understand how I can be an advocate for the things I haven't experienced, and then how I can heal through the things that I have, has always been something that drives me and honestly keeps me alive.
What advice would you give to a filmmaker that's watching this right now who wants to get into such an intimate and personal story? What advice would you give them to, start that project?
Yeah, I think it's cliche, but you have to be brave when you're ready. I think sharing something that's personal, there is massive healing, not only for you, but also for the people that you have no idea you relate to. Nothing makes me feel more encompassed and loved and wrapped than when I tell a story and people come to me and they're like, I had no idea that you understood this, but here's my story. And those are the moments that I live for as a filmmaker and as an actor. And I think the number one piece of advice is, like, if you're willing to go there, you can change people's lives by sharing, and you're not alone.
Lastly, what are the social handles for Beta, the web series, and where can we follow you online professionally so we can follow all your successes?
Yeah, let's do it. So you can check out Beta the Series at betatheseries.com. Eventually, all 9 episodes of season 1 will be available online. And we're on Instagram at Beta the Series. You can follow all things about me, Adriana Leonard, at adrianaleonard.com, and Instagram as well, at Adriana Leonard.
Thank you so much for bringing this to our audience here at Bentonville, and congratulations on a premiere.
Thank you so much. We're so excited.